how's it going, everybody? My name's Andrew. I'm going to give you a little garden tour. First one of 2020. It's a little bit behind. We haven't had a YouTube channel, so we're just starting one, so everything's kind of grown up, but this is where all of our potted plants ended up. We got some cherry tomatoes over there. Behind here, some onions, and we got 3 pots of beans, 3 more pots of beans. We got some cayenne peppers in here, and there's some dill that's been planted for about a month now. One of them's been planted a lot longer. We got another planter of dill that just went in yesterday. And then this plant here is actually called Jalapeno. That is basically a jalapeno, but no spice. And my wife hates spicy food, so I wanted her to be able to taste what the jalapeno is. So we found that. We're gonna try that out, see how it goes. But as you can see, everything's been growing really well. So now we're at the point that I'm just concerned about all the airflow. It's just kind of all getting clogged up. So we're gonna take some of these, transition them then to our bigger walkways in the garden, and free up some space out here and make sure everything stays healthy, and we kind of get rid of some of that chance of disease to spread, which is a big concern. So yeah, we'll go into the main garden and I'll have Alicia show you our bigger plants down one side.
Hey everybody, I'm Alicia and I'm going to show you my favorite plants that we have in the garden. My husband's not too fond of them, but I love them, and that's why they're here. So we have over here, we have our acorn squash. It's doing beautiful and I love it. This is the first year that we've grown it and it's looking really good. We have over here another one of my favorites is spaghetti squash. I really enjoy this. It's really, really yummy. I've never had it. You should try it. It's looking really good as well. Got little babies here. I don't know if you can see. Starting to come. And then here we have our summer squash. This one's looking really good, really healthy, good leaves growing on this one. And then also here we have another summer squash. One of my favorites. Love them, very delicious, especially frying them. They're really good. Over here we have a watermelon. I got really excited. I saw it, I really wanted it, but we kind of ran out of room. So what we did is we put it in this bucket here. I've kind of got it growing around this fence. I'm kind of nervous how it's gonna turn out. Not sure how it's gonna do in the bucket, but I'm hoping it'll do great. And then here we have pickles. I'm really, really, really excited about this. We had one last year. For some reason, I don't know what happened. It just didn't want to grow. We moved it and it's really turning out great this year. I have some pickles growing. One of them's almost ready to be picked, which is so exciting. I can't wait. And over here we have 2 of our zucchini squashes. They're doing really good. I pruned them up a little bit, trying to kind of help to get that airflow going through there, get them grow big and strong. But yeah, they're doing great. Okay, what I have here is I have broccoli in the front and I have Brussels sprouts here in the back. Now, unfortunately, we were a little late getting these in with everything that's going on, especially with the COVID. We had a hard time getting them. So we've been having a lot of warm weather and they're getting pretty big. I'm kind of nervous that they're going to shoot up. If that happens, we're definitely going to replant these in more of the cooler temperatures and have better luck with that. Here we have our Roma tomatoes. We have 3 plants and really like these because they are really great for salsa. They don't have a lot of juice to them. They're easy to work with and they're really yummy. As you can see, we've got some growing actually. They're starting to come in. They're looking really good. I'm so excited and I can't wait to pick them.
One of my favorite things in the garden is the peppers. Right here we have all of our bell peppers. This one here you can see, we've already got a nice little one here. These are the red night bell peppers. Now you see this leaf has some white on it. That's nothing to be concerned of. We use something called DE, which helps keep the pest away, which we've had a big problem with. So that is not a concern. Something else you might notice, these little rocks. My sister actually painted those and gave them to us. So it's pretty exciting, except for the week after we got it, I saw a big red rock by the tomatoes, and yeah, go figure, it was a rock. Got me excited that I thought it was a tomato. But anyways, we got our red ones, orange, and these are yellows, and all the way down here we got our green bell peppers. We use bell peppers in pretty much everything all the time, all year round, so it's great to have these growing. Over here we got our habanero. We don't eat too many habaneros, but it's nice to have one for chopping up in some salsa to make it a little spicy. And over here is a Carmen red pepper. It's supposed to be like a regular red bell pepper, just a little more long, and it's supposed to have good flavor. So it's our first time. We'll see how that goes. And over here we got the jalapenos. That's also one of my favorites. You'll see earlier we had the jalapeno, but these ones I just love to can and use them all year. And then we got some hot banana peppers, and then our sweet banana peppers are doing amazing. You can see we got some little peppers going down here. One thing you might notice is they're really close together with the hot and the sweet peppers, but we're not concerned about cross-pollination, because in order for a hot pepper to change a sweet pepper into something hot from cross-pollination, you need to have it extend past the first year. So these peppers, even if they cross-pollinated with these, are still going to be sweet peppers at the end of it. Something else you might have seen is these little pots down the middle. Those are actually peppermint plants. So what they do is they just help deter some pests. And because we had such a big problem, we ran out and just bought some already started peppermint plants to get them in here to help deter pests. And same thing, there's a rosemary down there in our beans, but our beans over here are actually doing very well. Unfortunately, we have some spots that are missing. This is like our third time trying to plant these things, because we've had nothing but issues with earwigs this year and some other pests just annihilating the beans. But now we got them to a point that they're doing great. I'm gonna have to put some more DE on tonight just to make sure, because we did get a really heavy rain on Friday, which pretty much washed away all that DE that was on there, which is what all this white stuff is, so it's not a concern of mine.
One thing I wanted to show you that I forgot, that our pickle that we have. It's right here. This is the one that I was saying almost ready to pick.
Before we go, one thing I wanted to mention is the size of our garden. Now, we live in the city, so we don't have much room. This is only 13 by 27. We can only get a couple plants of each, whereas we would rather have a 50 by 50 or 100 by 100 garden and be able to grow our whole year's worth of fruit. But we're limited, so we just try to grow a little bit of everything. And one thing we did this year to make life easier was we put down all this weed fabric. Now this is woven weed fabric from growersolutions.com, and all it is just about 3 feet wide. You overlap it, you end up with about 2.5 feet in width, and you just have these little staples. They look something like that. You just pound them in, and then you take a blowtorch and you burn your holes to put your plants in. And if you use scissors, it'll fray. But using the blowtorch, it melts it and doesn't allow it to fray anymore. And since we put this in, we are about 1.5 months into everything, and I'm yet to pull a single weed. So that's been amazing. And then our watering system, we just have these old soaker hoses. So to make them work, we obviously put some wood chips down to avoid them spraying, because they have plenty of little holes in them. And then we have these green hoses down here. They're just to reach our outside rows, and we have shut-offs, so I can control every row with this these two middle rows being on their own circuit with the beans, and then the squash and cucumbers are also on their own row. And yeah, this has been amazing. So what else we did with the weed fabric to make it easier for us, because we've always had weeds just growing up through the fence, and that is the hardest thing to weed for us. So we just went about a foot over on the other side of the fence. You can see it's just extended here about a foot past the fence. And then what I do with the mower is I just put my two wheels right on the edge of that weed fabric, and I haven't had a problem yet this year. So yeah, it's been amazing, and I highly suggest everybody does it. It doesn't hurt the soil, perfectly fine for it. And then you can walk out here barefoot, which I often like to do.
Okay, with these beans, these are special. And the reason why they're special is because I had an accident with them. We were moving things around and I knocked the bucket over that they were in and actually exposed the rut, and it was a big mess. I scrambled something together and threw them in a pot, and they actually are doing better than what our other ones, as you can see there. Now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take some of these out and move them into the garden, just give them a little breathing room. This is so much better. We cleared up some space and we got some in the garden here. This will also be a lot healthier for them, be able for them to breathe better.
Thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. If you are from Ohio, I'm not sorry. And hopefully you enjoyed the video, enjoyed our little garden. We're gonna keep doing it. We've been doing it for 10 years. Our goal is actually to go a lot bigger in our future years, but we'll talk about that in another video. But thank you very much, and I'm sure you enjoyed listening to her more than me. My voice just stays the same no matter how excited I am in my head, so I apologize for that.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care.
Take care.